In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do well in solos while playing on high ping. This is a game from the Solo Cash Cup that I played the other day, and I was playing on NA Central servers, and if you know anything about me, I live in Europe, so I was playing on over 100 ping in this game. And before we jump into the gameplay, I want to show you guys the type of players that are in this lobby. This isn't just some opens lobby with a bunch of randoms, this lobby was stacked. So let's just take a look and see who was actually in this lobby. We have Rapid, Day, Diego Plays, Acorn, Curve, and Chance. The best player in the lobby, me, of course. Macwood, Nut, 2am 30, this guy's a cheater. Tony FV, Cold, Mr. Auraman himself, Vidil, Sinetto, Joji, G-Money. So definitely not an easy lobby. There's a lot of pros in this game. Let's see how I play this on 100 ping. Of course, I'm landing at my usual drop spot, edge of the map over here. Get a good drop, and I'm uncontested, which is good, because fighting on 100 ping is very hard. As you'll see with my gameplay here, I'm trying to avoid any fights and just playing for the end game, because that's what you have to do when you're on high ping. It's really hard to W key, really hard to take fights. So just looting up my drop spot like normal, stacking the med kits because I'm planning on playing Storm this game. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to rotate through the Storm and avoid any fights. Alright, so I just chill in this little room here for a long time in this game. And I did this throughout a couple of my games when I'm playing on high ping. I'm just trying to avoid fights, trying to chill here for a bit and wait for the circle to close in on me. Alright, so after sitting here for a while, the zone finally closes in on me. And now I'm able just to move around in Storm freely and do what I like. Make my rotates, farm up the loot and the mats that I want without having to worry about fighting anyone. And right here, I heard these two people fighting over here. So I'm just going to go scout it, see what's going on, and maybe I'll be able to get a kill out of this. This guy comes up here, and he doesn't see me, so I'm able to get a good beam on him. I saw where he threw his TP, he threw it off to the left somewhere, and he pops that, so now I'm going over here to try and find him because I know he's very weak, and this should be an easy kill. Find him just sat here in a cone. He runs out, and I just get an easy kill like that. And now, after that kill, I'm really stacked. I've got the mythic TP mask and some really good loot. So from here, I'm literally just going to play for endgame and just camp and hide and try and get as much placement points as possible. Zone goes quite far from me, and there's a lot of people around me. So let's see how I make this rotate. Just running. See that this guy's left this box, so I know this area is going to be free. So I'm literally just going to follow the rotate. And I could easily just shoot this guy in the back, but that does me no good. Then he's going to stand there and hold me. But he doesn't even know I'm here. I can literally just follow him for free. Get an easy rotate. And don't really have to worry too much. Then I just mask my way in and box up here on the edge of zone. Next zone is another max pool, really far from me. And there's a lot of people in the way. So let's see how I make this rotate. Wait for this guy to go. Then I throw my TP. I wanted to pause here on the edge of the cliff. And this is because I couldn't see over the cliff when I was back here. I didn't know what was ahead of me. So I wanted to get to this point and then pause and scout the next part of the rotate. Looks pretty free to go into Seaport. So I'm just TPing and boxing up every time. Costing me a lot of mats to do this, but it's the only way I'm going to get through this max distance rotate without dying. Then I make my way in, just box up on the edge here. And chill out, wait for next zone. And finally, I managed to pull a zone right here. Perfect pull one to me. Now, because I pulled the zone, I'm just going to sit in my box the whole time. I'm not looking for anything. When I'm on high ping, it's kind of hard to get refreshes. You know, I can't take people's walls. I can't box fight them. So I'm just trying to play out my mats as much as I can. Try and get as much placement points as possible before I run out of those mats. And the zone is pulling back through Seaport City. So I didn't really need too many mats to play this out. You know, I can hide in the buildings. I can rat around a little bit. And 200 builds is going to last me a lot longer in Seaport than if we were like in the middle of a field in an endgame. TP in, just box up here on low ground, and I'm not opening on anything. I'm just trying to survive as long as possible here. This next zone pulls, and I'm just waiting for everyone around me to go. I want to be like the last person in this area to TP. Throw my TP high, pop it in the air, box up on low ground again, and just heal up because I got tagged. Now I'm just scouting, looking around. Looks pretty free here, so I just run a bit, throw my TP forward, and box up on a high layer here. I don't really want to be on low ground anymore. It's getting kind of griefed in endgame. You don't want to be on low ground. In solos, the best place to be is somewhere on the mid ground. The next zone pulls, and it pulls all the way across the water. So this is going to be a really hard rotate, especially as I don't have any mats. Right here, I was looking for a kill onto this guy. Hit him quite hard, but I don't manage to find the kill. I have to just leave that because I'm too weak to stay in Storm. Fully out of mats now. Drop down here, just swimming around, trying to get as much points as possible. This guy had his wall open, so I thought maybe I could just jump through his wall and pump him. Didn't know he was full health, so good job he closed it and I didn't actually get in there. Now I'm just hiding, just trying to get as much points as possible. It pulls up the hill here, so I just have to TP up. TP up, and I'm just ratting on low ground. Just holding my pump out. Hit Sonetto a bit there. Can't quite get a kill though. Find some wood. 4 builds, that's going to allow me to build a little box here. Sonetto dropped down, I was trying to get a refresh onto him. And I die from someone else in the back. But still, a very good game. A 12th with 1 kill. That's like 40 points. And in a lobby with that many pros, that is a good game. Alright, the next lobby we're taking a look at is just as stacked as the last one. Let's have a look through and see what pros are in this game. We've got Pump, Aegis, Toronto, Sphinx, Peterbot, Malabuka, Threats, Freeze, Shadow, Tony FV again, Victor V, Cold, Sonetto. So once again, a very stacked lobby. Let's see how I play this on 100 ping. Same landing spot as usual on the edge of the map right here. And uncontested. Even if I was conned, I'd have the best drop anyway. This guy was landing close to me. He was quite high up in the air. Tried to get a beam on him. Hit him down to like 1 HP. Vanish Moxie, as you can see. Literally one more bullet and I would have got the kill. But unfortunately, don't get that kill right there. Still just looking, seeing if I can maybe get the kill, but just gave it up eventually. I need to loot up the drop spot. Just like we saw in the last game, I'm stacking those medkits, wanting to play Storm. This guy starts swimming over to me on the edge of the map, so I just get some free tags here. And then they eventually just run away. But some good surge tags here. Now I've got a very solid loadout. I'm just going to chill in the same hiding spot that I did last game. Storm closes in on me, and now I'm free to just roam around in this area, farm up my metal, and get any more loot that I need. And looking at the map, I can tell this zone's going to keep pulling towards this top left side of the map. So I'm going to use this Storm play to rotate around to the dead side. If you guys didn't know, there's this one like geyser over here on the map, and it'll actually send you so much higher than all the other ones. Let me show you guys how you do this trick. So you just want to go on it like normal, and then stay still and pull your glider at the top, and then just wait in the exact same place for 15 seconds until it shoots up again. And then it will send you so high. And now look how high you are. You can glide really far and get an easy rotate. As you can see, I'm going all the way around the edge here, trying to get towards the dead side. Now I've made it out of Storm. I've just swapped the medkits for a fishing rod because I have no need for the medkits anymore. I want to use that fishing rod, get some shield fish, and go into this endgame with some stacked heals. And as you can see, by making that Storm rotate, I've made it all the way around the edge towards this dead side. I've avoided everyone on the edge of zone here, and I haven't had to run into anyone or fight anybody, which is the main goal here. As I'm on 100 ping, it's really hard to fight. I'm just trying to avoid everyone I can. Good map knowledge here. I knew that this little squid or octopus in Whiffy Wharf gives really good metal. So I went up there real quick, farmed up like an extra 100 metal. Now I'm rotating into zone. I'm just going to sit on the edge right here. No need to go any further as next zone is 50-50, so it's going to pull to one of these edges. And as you can see, I get some god RNG right here, literally in the center of zone. I can just chill here for so long now. Don't need to open on anything. I'm stacked, and I can just play the endgame. The next zone pulls, and because I was center of this zone, it's a really easy rotate no matter which way it went. All I have to do is TP, and I'll basically be in zone after one throw. Line up the TP with my marker on the edge of zone. Hit the TP, and I'm just outside of zone, and I want to get up this cliff a little bit. So I just build up, and watch what happens. As I box up, someone lands in my box with their TP. I was ready for it. Hit a massive pump shot there, and get an easy kill. And now, because of that kill, I'm going into endgame with really good loot, really good mats, and I'm really stacked. So now all I have to do is chill in this box and wait for the next zone. Zone pulls, and lucky for me, it's not too far. Quite an easy rotate to make. All I'm going to do is sit here for as long as possible, wait for the zone to expand, and then I'll throw a TP and just box up again. Throw the TP. Landed on low ground by accident, so I'm going to build up here. And there's someone on this wall. This is their wall. I don't want to be in this box. So I just quickly get out of there and box up here. Did have to use quite a bit of metal there, but it was worth it to stay alive. Now we're into these endgame zones. Pretty simple to play out. I'm stacked. All I'm going to do is TP to each zone and then box up. Throw my TP high into the air. Pop it. Gives me loads of time to scout below me, making sure I'm not landing in anyone's box. Land, box up, and just wait for the zone to open again. And as you can see here, I'm just holding my builds out, checking around me, making sure no one's spraying my walls. and just being very aware. Throw the TP high, box up on a high layer here, which is good. Like I said previously, you don't want to be on low ground going into these endgame zones. You want to stay on these mid to high layers, which is what I'm doing. Start getting attacked a bit here, so I just make some room, use my mats. You see, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm literally just playing box to box, playing my mats out, using my TPs, and I haven't had to do too much. TP front side low ground here. Don't want to be there, so I just build up a little bit. Now I'm in a good spot, although I've only got 200 wood now, so it's getting a bit, you know, got to be a bit careful here. Maybe look for a refresh a little bit. There's a lot of fighting going on this layer. I'm just chilling, healing up a bit. I'm down to 2 builds. Got no white health, so I can't tank zone. So, got to make something happen here. Hit this guy, but not too hard, so I can't really chase that. Find some wood here. 8 extra builds. Gonna have to try and play this out. Just lurking through these builds. Trying to stay alive as long as possible. Drop down here. No more builds. Just have to sit inside here. And try to go out, but eventually I go down. In 8th place, which is a really good game. 8th place with 1 kill. That's like 45, almost 50 points. And in a lobby with that many pros, that is really good, especially as I was on 100 ping. So the main takeaways from this video and how to play on high ping is just avoid fights, play for endgame, play Storm if you need to make those rotates, and play out your mats as long as possible. Thank you guys for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're interested in private one-on-one coaching sessions with me, then you can check out the first link down below.